I went to high school in Belmont. I pretty much took like a year off after high school, and then that's when my parents were like, you need to go do something, you know, you need to go to work or do something. So I went to a construction program in Menlo Park. It's like a full course about every aspect of construction, from like electricity to underground to hazardous waste and all that stuff, and working at the quarries and the mines, like every trade. They gave you like a training course on all of that, and they automatically put you into the Carpenters Union actually. But I had to wait, and I didn't want to wait, I just wanted to go to work.
I actually grew up all over the Bay Area. I did do a little bit of college, but jumped right into work afterwards. And eventually my brother, who actually works in the concrete plant here, was, you know, Graniterock's a great company. You know, just a few months in, I applied, and sure enough, I made it in. I followed my brother here, and my dad followed soon after. He's actually a concrete driver as well. Family business.
Well, basically, when I was really young, I lived on a long dirt road. It was about 1.5 miles or so. So in order for us to get to and from, we had to have somebody come through with the grader and grade the road so the water would get off it. And when I was maybe 6 or 8 years old, the guy came down to the house. He offered, hey, you know, you want to come ride with me? So I hopped in the seat, went up and down the road a bunch of times, and kind of figured out, you know, hey, you push this lever and you can do that. You push that one, and over there changes. And next thing you know, I was kind of watching the way that he moved dirt, and, you know, kind of, you could tell that there was a lot involved. It was kind of interesting. My family wasn't really into, you know, hey, here's a bunch of money. It was more or less like I had to earn my money to work my way through college if I wanted to go that route. I kind of didn't really know if it was for me. I'm kind of more of a hands-on person, so I decided to just keep rolling with what I had. And I did a little bit of junior college, a little bit here and there to kind of just feel it out. So I kind of opted to go out and try other things. After I got out of high school, I went to work for this guy, and I worked there for a year or so. So it's fun, you know.
So I grew up in Watsonville, California. I attended Powell Valley High School. I was actually the first graduating class in 2008. I definitely wanted to go to college, but I wanted to play sports. So I attended Cabrillo and played a year of softball. I've been working since 17, and it was getting kind of hard. So I spent 8 years working at a hotel. You know, I made my way up to the top as far as I could be and could no longer go any further. And my husband started at Graniterock, and he's just like, well, there's a temp position open. You should call and see about it. So I called, and it was as a weighmaster in our Romas facility. Being able to talk to customers and truckers and even salesmen to see what's going on, what is needed. Things are changing, so a trucker might come in 1 second and ask for something. By the time he drives off your scale, you know, the trucker or whoever the project is calling, we said the wrong material, it's time for something new. So, you know, now trying to chase after them and make sure they get loaded with the right stuff. So it's always changing, you'll never get bored.
So I went to Cappuccino High School in San Bruno. Through high school, I kind of knew that college wasn't for me. I knew when I graduated that I'd be able to get into construction, and I wanted to be a heavy equipment operator because I was fascinated with heavy equipment since I was 2 years old. Shortly after graduating, I had applied for Graniterock. So I did my first 2 years as a laborer, and then have been in the operators ever since.
Since I've been around for so long, wherever I go, I usually run into people that I know, so I'm like, hey, what's up, you know, and I feel real comfortable wherever I go. You know, there's never been a time where I've been put in an awkward situation where I didn't feel comfortable, because guys at Graniterock that I've worked with have been very cool, and they're really good people. I've been doing a lot of grading right now. Grading, a little bit of underground too, but mainly grading. Like as you can see over here, we're grading the sidewalk and handicap ramp, which soon will be a big intersection with a stoplight and crosswalks on all 4 corners. Grading, underground, flagging. I do pretty much everything, you know, here as a laborer. Yeah, anything and everything. And I'm happy. The checks keep coming in, and my life is actually very stable right now. You know, we got a pretty tight family here at Graniterock. It's all about the attitude, you know, and communication. Because as long as you have good communication with your crew, then you guys can get the work done properly and safely, and everyone's happy, and they can go home safe.
Whether it's, you know, working with the drivers, answering a phone call, you know, working with your colleagues, you learn something from everyone around you, and it's something that like I pass on as much as possible too, because you want to see other people around you succeed as well. Being a woman in construction, it's great. I love it. I enjoy it. You are probably sometimes seen as, you know, what are you doing here? Well, I can do just as much as you can, and that's a powerful thing sometimes.
I really enjoy running the dozer. This one right here is probably one of my favorite ones to run. You know, you can move lots of dirt in a hurry, and you can build things really fast. I would say the hardest part is to knowing what to do with the machine, as far as, okay, I need to go build a road. Okay, how am I going to attack that, you know? But a lot of people have asked me, you know, hey, have you done video games, and were you into that? You know, you're able to kind of focus on what you're seeing on the screen or through the window and adjust with your hands. People are seeing that being an essential worker, it's really kind of a really solid job, you know.
I help assist estimators with closing bids, completing bonds, getting those turned in, and all the legal paperwork before being able to bid to counties and cities, different owners, to hopefully win money for Graniterock. Graniterock is such a big company with all these different teams, all these other outlets you can take, and so the world that's always changing, and being in construction doesn't always mean you're out there swinging the hammer or laying down the asphalt. Specs are changing, crews are changing. Yeah, it's all the time. Now I'm in an office, but you know, I'm behind the scenes and making everything else possible.
I actually think that it was good for me to start as a laborer like I did and learn things on the ground and then switch over to the operators after. But especially for somebody like myself who knew college wasn't going to be for me and knew there was other options out there, and an option that I was very interested in, and being able to achieve that is definitely reasonable and something I think almost everybody can do. If there's something that you want to explore in the trades, I would say absolutely go for it. Don't let anybody try to talk you out of it or put you down or tell you that it's less than, because it's not. It's a very good industry, and go for what you want to do and don't feel the pressure to have to go on to college to be able to make good money and work for a big company, because you can absolutely achieve that in the trades and in the construction industry.